नहीं, इस पर मेरा रिस्पांस क्या हो सकता है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऊपर है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट मजाज है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अख्तियार है। और जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ही खुद कह रहा है कि 18 अक्टूबर तक शायद पूरे पार्टीज़ अपनी बहस को मुकम्मल कर लेंगे, आर्गूमेंट्स को, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट उसके बाद उनके ऊपर है वो कब फैसला दे।
जितनी जल्दी इस मामले का खात्मा हो जाए, इसका पूरा फिनिश हो जाए, वो बेहतर होगा। इस विवाद का जितना जल्दी सॉल्यूशन आ जाए, हल हो जाए, और सुप्रीम कोर्ट को स्पीडी हियरिंग की बात कर रही है, उसको आप वेलकम करते हैं?
नहीं, ये लास्ट कोर्ट ऑफ अपील है। हर पार्टीज़ को पूरा वक्त मिलना चाहिए और मिलेगा, मुझे यकीन है, अपनी बात को रखने का, क्योंकि इसके बाद तो कोई कोर्ट ही है ही नहीं। ये आखिरी कोर्ट है। और जो मुस्लिम साइड बहस कर रही है और धवन साहब बेहतरीन बहस कर रहे हैं, तो अब वो बहस कब तक ख़त्म करेंगे वो मैं नहीं बता सकता, वो तो उनको बताना पड़ेगा।
एक बार फिर से मीडिएशन की बात चली है सर, फिर से सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला है कि मीडिएशन अगर इसका सॉल्यूशन निकल सकता है मीडिएशन के द्वारा, तो मीडिएशन को ट्राई करना चाहिए। हालांकि पार्टियां
ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि मीडिया को वो जो लेटर लिखा गया, वो लेटर कैसा मिला आप लोगों को, और लेटर लीक करने वाले लेटर क्यों लीक कर रहे हैं, क्या खेल खेल रहे हैं वो लोग, ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। बड़ी ताज्जुब खेज बात है। लेटर जो मीडिएशन चाह रहे लेटर लिखते हैं, और लेटर जाता है जिसके पास जाता है, वहाँ से लेटर निकलता है या कोई वो खुद देते हैं, नहीं मालूम। ताज्जुब है।
सर, अभी शिवसेना के लीडर है उद्धव ठाकरे, उन्होंने हालिया बयान दिया, इससे सप्ताह में बयान दिया कि आर्टिकल 370 की तरह राम मंदिर पे सरकार कोई कदम उठाएगी और बहुत जल्दी इसका हल निकलेगा, बहुत जल्दी राम मंदिर का निर्माण होगा। पॉलिटिकल पार्टी और पॉलिटिकल जो स्टेटमेंट्स आ रहे हैं, जब ये कोर्ट में है, ट्रायल चल रही है, कोर्ट के अंदर मामला है, ऐसे में पॉलिटिकल स्टेटमेंट्स जो इस इशू पे है उसको लग नहीं।
ये लोगों की यही आदत है ना, चाहे शिवसेना हो, बीजेपी हो, सुप्रीम कोर्ट को जाकर कहिए आप ये बात। मैं चैलेंज कर रहा हूँ इन लोगों को, जाके सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बात कहे तो आप कैसे मालूम सुप्रीम कोर्ट आपके फेवर में जजमेंट देगा? अभी तो सुनवाई चल रही है, कैसे मालूम एनडीए को और एनडीए के पार्टनर्स को कि इस तरह का फैसला आ जाएगा और वो ये सब कर लेंगे? तो ये तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट की तौहीन है। ये जो लास्ट कोर्ट ऑफ अपील है, कोर्ट तय कर रहा है, आपके साथ आप तो तय नहीं करने वाले ना, जजमेंट तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट देगा। तो इस तरह के बयानात देना ये तो कंटेम्प्ट है सुप्रीम कोर्ट का। और ये तो अजीब व गरीब इस तरह की बात करते रहते हैं। जहाँ इलेक्शन आ गया तो शुरू हो गए, इलेक्शन ख़त्म हुआ तो भूल जाते। भाई सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जब मसला बहस हो रहा है, सब पार्टीज उसमें बहस कर रही हैं, और आप ये कह रहे हैं जजमेंट आने से पहले कि इस तरह की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आपको क्या मालूम जो मुझे नहीं मालूम? तो बताइए ना फिर आप, जजमेंट क्या आप लिखने वाले हैं, जजमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट लिखने वाला है?
आपने हमेशा ये मेंशन किया है सर कि ये टाइटल सूट है, उसको टाइटल सूट की तरह ये देखा जाना चाहिए। क्या उम्मीद करते हैं, किस तरीके से आप हियरिंग की रात धवन साहब की बात कर रहे थे, उनके आर्गुमेंट्स की बात कर रहे थे, आपको क्या लगता है, क्या उम्मीद है आपको?
ये उम्मीद है कि इंशाल्लाह सुप्रीम कोर्ट इंसाफ करेगा, यही उम्मीद है। अब ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्या फैसला देगा मुझे नहीं मालूम, मगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ज़ाहिर है सुप्रीम कोर्ट इंसाफ करते आया है, और हमको उम्मीद है कि इंशाल्लाह सुप्रीम कोर्ट इंसाफ ही करेगा।
CJI has said October 18 target to conclude the argument in Ayodhya trial, sir. It has said that they are willing to spend extra hours to conclude it as early as possible.
What's your take?
No, my take is whatever the Supreme Court decides, that is for the Supreme Court, because I am not privy to what Supreme Court does. It is the prerogative of the Supreme Court to decide when to hear the matter and when to give a judgment, and it is for the Supreme Court to decide. And it's a known fact that the present Chief Justice of India is going to retire in November. Anyway, that is for the Supreme Court to decide. I don't know how long will Mr. Dhawan, who's arguing in a very sagacious and a very intellectual and fantastic way, but I don't know when he will finish his argument. But if the it is for the Supreme Court to decide, and whatever Supreme Court decides, everyone will have to accept it.
So the court has also said that the parties can resort to mediation panel flexibility. Previously, in the past...
You see, what is surprising and shocking to me is that how is that letter leaked to the media? One of the mediation panel members tells the Supreme Court, and then a letter is leaked to the media. So it will be very interesting to know how the media got that letter and who leaked it to them.
Sir, Uddhav Thackeray has said that government will take steps to build Ram temple at Ayodhya soon, since there is no point in waiting anymore. Again, we are witnessing political statements coming out from different political parties, particularly BJP and Shiv Sena leaders making statements on this issue while the matter is sub judice.
I absolutely agree with you. Why is the Shiv Sena leader saying all these things? Is he going to write the judgment of the Supreme Court, or has the Supreme Court outsourced the judgment to him? Who is he? How does he knows that the judgment is going to come in his favor? What is it that he knows and we don't know? What is it that the NDA and the BJP knows the nation does not know? And if they know, then let them enlighten all of us. It is very unfortunate that when the Supreme Court is hearing this matter, that these sort of obnoxious and statements are made, which is nothing but casting aspersions on the Supreme Court. This statement, it is a contempt of Supreme Court, and I condemn it. That when the Supreme Court is hearing this matter, you say that this thing will be in our favor or will construct this and that. How can you say that? So basically, Maharashtra elections, because they don't have anything to show to the people of Maharashtra, BJP, Shiv Sena, who's part of NDA, they have failed in providing employment to the youth of this country. They have failed in stopping layovers, laying of employees in thousands. And that is why they want these Maharashtra elections to be fought with a communal angle.
So, last question. Do you think parties should still resort to mediation panels? Previously, a few of them have expressed discontent in the way mediation panel was asked.
No, but you see, I cannot comment on it unless until the Supreme Court, brings out in public domain the report of the mediation panel. I cannot comment on it. Once that report is out in public domain, let us have a debate. Till that time, I cannot comment on it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And there you have Asaduddin Owaisi saying that he hopes that the Supreme Court delivers justice, but also questions as to how did the letter get leaked. Remember, this is the letter that the Sunni Waqf Board had written. As far as the mediation update was concerned, we here on Republic TV broke it at 6 p.m. yesterday. We told you that mediation was very much successful. We were the first to reveal that mediation was not a failure, following which just within 15 to 17 hours, we have the Supreme Court now allowing parallel mediation. Asaduddin Owaisi there once again questioning the fact that how did the letter get leaked, but also at the same time hoping that the top court delivers justice in the matter. Remember, the top court has said that all the arguments must conclude by the 18th of October, following which the verdict will be given out by the month of November. Before the end of this year, we are likely to have the decision on Ayodhya, the long-lasting Ayodhya dispute, which has been on for decades now, for over 7 decades, is likely to get concluded by the end of this year. Our legal editor, Ridham Bhardwaj, joining us on the broadcast. Ridham, how does this really work out? Because now that the Supreme Court has allowed parallel mediation, the day-to-day hearings will also take place. The solution can also come out via mediation. How does this really work out in the larger domain?
Was Republic TV that accessed that explosive letter yesterday. We were the only channel to say that a parallel mediation could happen possibly today, and unprecedented vote being taken Supreme Court, which affect 2 points. The first big point, they have said mediation and the Supreme Court hearing will go side by side. So as to say, we have to see the race for the resolution to the Ayodhya will happen quickly. The second big there will be a resolution to Ayodhya this year. The Supreme Court has made it clear that the hearing that's happening in the top court will be concluded by November. They've asked all the parties to submit their replies by October 18. The final arguments will begin by the 18th of October. So very soon, this year, a resolution, an issue that has been pending in India for 135 years. It's been pending in the court for 7 decades. It's been pending in the top court for a decade, will finally be over. And the most explosive news that are coming today is that explosive letter, which even Owaisi is talking about now. That letter by the Sunni Waqf board that said that mediation was about to reach a settlement in 1 to 2 weeks. We broke that news break yesterday. Everybody is following us, but the news point really coming in, if mediation...
Right, certainly, and all of us hoping that finally the much-awaited Ayodhya dispute will come to an end before the month of December, that is before the year comes to an end.